Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is David, this is David K Reacts, and here on this channel I ramble with articulation, I hope, about a variety of different musical, video and audio elements of the videos that I watch. And today we are coming back to check out Mr. Adam Chance from Home Free and one of his solo songs, although this time joined by Riley and Mackenzie Zamba, the Hound and the Fox. And this is Wayfaring Stranger. This is a Johnny Cash song that I do not know. I'm not super familiar with a lot of Cash's work. Need to listen to more of that, actually. But this is by far the most requested song that is not by one of the main groups that I cover on my channel. And such folks as Judy Davis, Kevin Clements, Roy Barbara, Jeff Hensley, and Kristen Dunstan have all requested this. Those were the first 5 names I wrote down, and this was around the time where I started writing everybody down and then went, okay, everybody's recommending this. So I am going to check it out, and I'm really excited to do so, because I loved the last video of Adam's that I covered, and I love his voice, and so I'm really interested to hear, A, what he does, and B, what he does with Riley and Mackenzie, who I also really enjoy. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I don't really have a lot to say about this one, with one exception, which is this is being recorded quite far in advance because of the gap that I had where I was unable to record for a little while, and because I am currently in Edinburgh as this releases. I have recorded this depending on how many videos I get done, between sort of 3 and 5 weeks in advance. So if there's anything I need to be catching up with in terms of people who've recently joined my Patreon, or people I should be thanking, or anything else I should know because it's happened in the last month, at the time of recording, I don't know it. So if I'm not referencing something, that is why. But I will jump in and say welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. If it is, the way this works is I'm going to watch this through from beginning to end. I will then, I'll comment an emote over the top of that. I'll then go back and watch it a second time, this time pausing, interrupting, offering what commentary and analysis I feel I can based on what I've seen and heard, and the foreknowledge of having seen the video once before. If you're just here for a reaction, the first quarter or so of this video will be good for you. Please do hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell, and if you'd care to support the channel, you can do so at buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts, at patreon.com/DavidKReacts, or by leaving a super thanks here on YouTube. And any of those, very gratefully appreciated if you should choose to do them. That's about all there is. I didn't look into the song, I just decided to go and jump into this one blind, so I don't have any facts to pull up or anything like that. So without any further delay, I'm going to bring up the video and let's check out Adam, Riley, and Mackenzie performing Wayfaring Stranger. I don't know what that was, sorry. Restart. This is pretty.
I am a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world below.
Gorgeous. I love how quietly he's singing too.
Sickness, toil, or danger in that bright land to which I go. I'm going there.
Oh, that's really pretty.
I'm going there. No more
The harmony's gorgeous.
going over Jordan. I'm just going over home.
Really beautiful.
I know dark clouds will gather around me.
I love the difference between the two registers.
Way is rough and steep, but golden fields arise before me among the stars.
Ooh, like the slide, that's nice.
I'm going home to see my mother.
Ooh.
She said she'd meet me.
That's a really cool harmony from Mackenzie.
When I come, so I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home.
I love the simplicity of the setting too. This is really good for this video.
Wanna sing and tell my story, a song I hear deep in my soul, in concert with all those before me. Before I leave,
I love how much they're playing between the different vocalists.
I'm going
Oh!
to see the others
Woo! Wow!
that pass before me, one by one.
Oh, they earned that.
I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home. I'm just going over home.
Wow. Ooh, that is stunning. Stunning. Interesting. Just looking at the thumbnail for Sound of Silence, do they just turn around and go straight into that? Because that looks like it's even the tree, like that's the same spot, but from the angle they're now facing. That's kind of cool if that's what they've done. That is beautiful. Wow, what an extraordinary rendition. Like I said, I have nothing to go from as to what the original sounded like. But the restraint in so much of that, it was so quiet, it was so personal, vulnerable, and then all of a sudden that pure moment of voluble harmony and then just drifting away. Wow. That is gorgeous. And the three of them together sound so good. So good. Ooh, that sent shivers through me. I'm just going to jump off for 1 second, see if there's any information in the description I should be aware of now that I've heard that. Produced, shot, and edited by the Hound and the Fox, of course. Mastered by Bill Hare. Great work on that. Riley, I guess, did the mixing. Produced by him. I guess that means the mixing. That... Woo! That was... remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. Let's go back to the top. Listen to this one more time. I love this blend of the two guitars too. Like Chance just strumming and Riley having the slightly more intricate melody line there. That's lovely. That's nice too. The cut off right before the vocals start sets us up to that. Expect the entry at that point in time. This is lovely. Oh, I just realized YouTube's volume is not at max. That's why this is so quiet. Sorry if that was a little quiet for you folks. Hopefully I'll have been able to edit that in Premiere, but I just realized YouTube's volume was way down for no reason. Oh, that's so much better.
Wayfaring.
But yes, that was quite a stunning introduction. Yeah, really, really nice there. And it's simple. It sets up exactly what we expect to hear in this. And other than when they have that trio moment where it suddenly grows, this is kind of what we expect from the whole song. So it's really nice that they've started it that simple. They're not trying to, lead us anywhere we're not going. Really, really lovely opening to this.
I'm a poor wayfaring stranger.
And having him start, I'm a poor wayfaring stranger. So he's got such a lovely, soft, almost slightly airy quality to his voice down there that he's using right now, and it's not a I'm a poor wayfaring. He's not overusing any kind of strength to his. It's just the simplicity of that. I'm a poor wayfaring stranger. You could almost imagine someone singing this as they're walking along. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from it, and it's so simple.
I am a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world below.
And even though you've got this going on with what Riley's playing on the guitar, it's slightly further back in the arrangement. The chords are up at the front, so it's not intruding in any way on what Adam is actually singing at this point in time, which is really, really nice. Focus is on the vocals, but there's just enough support there to keep this, A, really interesting, and B, sounding fuller than it has any right to, given how quiet and sort of almost withdrawn this arrangement is in some ways. It's really nice.
This world below, there's no sickness, toil, or danger in that bright land to which I go.
There's a nice little touch there too. We've got a couple of lovely things happening actually. So
In that bright land.
And you hear up to this point in time in both of the guitars, nothing is kind of hanging on. We're kind of moving from chord to chord. We hear the pattern really clearly the whole way through, and now it's about to change.
To which I go, I'm going there.
The reverb has changed at that point in time, and there's a little bit more overhang of previous notes onto new ones, and that's actually really, really lovely. It's a subtle change in quality. It doesn't do a lot, but it does kind of, it's something new that's happening that just sort of, you go, oh, okay, something's changed a little bit there, and it's not a lot, but it's a subtle change leading into the bigger change of bringing in the vocal harmony, which is a really, really, really nice way of doing things. I like that a lot.
Which I go, I'm going there to see my father.
Even the quality there to see my father. There's a little bit of creak. There's a little bit of almost cry quality, but it's so subtle. And he's keeping this, it's very, very delicate. That's, I think, the word I'm trying to find. It's a very delicate arrangement, both in terms of how carefully it's been handled, but also in how it's being performed. And I have so much time for this right now. This is lovely.
To which I go, I'm going there to see my father. I'm going there no more.
And the ethereal nature. These sliding harmonies in the background, they're so beautiful.
I'm going there no more.
I think they're actually going through notes. It's not just a full slide, but because it's so kind of in the background and very airy, it's kind of got that sense that they are sliding even so, and it's actually really, really pretty. It's very effective for what's going on here. It's not taking over the arrangement at all, but at the same time, notice that if you combine Riley and Mackenzie together, they together are almost as loud as Chance is on his own. So it's not... They're kind of enveloping the arrangement a little bit rather than supporting it and standing back with Adam in front. Everything's kind of blending in together and creating this beautiful sort of vocal current, if you like, that we're being carried along. And I actually really like that. I think it's a nice decision not to leave the vocals standing out too much, because everything is so restrained anyway that it would actually, I think, kind of, you'd almost have difficulty hearing anything else that was behind it. So I think this was the right way of going, and I really like that. In fact, arguably, they're slightly louder than Adam, but he still stands through because they're so much higher. So that lower register where he's sitting, especially because we've just got guitars right now, it's clear, which means we can hear him very, very well because there's nothing muddying that area of the frequency range.
I'm just going over Jordan.
And I love that over that phrase, between I'm just going, oh, in that gap, we loot that reverb pulls away a little bit. So if you listen to the beginning of the line,
I'm just going.
those previous chords are holding just a little bit. We've got a little bit of that sort of decay still happening, but by the time we get to Jordan, it's quite clean again.
Over Jordan.
I like that.
I'm just going over home.
I love that too. Over home. He drops down, but it's almost throwaway. There's no pomp and circumstance about the fact that he's dropping to a really low note at that point in time. It's just, we're passing by there to home. It's so lovely, and he hits it really cleanly as well, but still oh so quiet. I'm really impressed actually with what he's done with this.
Dark clouds.
And I love that little build up there, this sound that comes in.
I know dark clouds.
Starts right before the second beat of that bar and just builds through it until we get that bass drum hit. That's really, really nice. Just tells us we're going somewhere, something's going to change. And then we come in with Riley singing, so much higher than Adam was, totally different register. And it's a sound we haven't really focused on yet. Yes, we've heard Riley singing, that's fine. He's been harmonizing in the background, but having it come through so clearly now, it changes things up quite significantly.
I know dark clouds will gather around me. I know my way.
And just the drum and the shaker, that's it. No, nothing crazy going on here. It's still incredibly simple. It's very, very powerful because it's such a big change from what we just had, and yet it's so small at the same time. That's the theme of this arrangement, and it's so fantastic.
Will gather around me. I know my way is rough and steep.
And I love that Riley, he's still singing very quietly. There's nothing's being pushed in any way, shape, or form, and yet there's a different timbre to his voice completely. He's a little bit clearer. Adam had a bit more breath in his voice. Riley singing, it's a much cleaner sound, and so it's also another subtle change as we go into this next verse of the timbre of vocal quality that we're getting to, which is really nice.
Is rough and steep, but golden feet.
That's such a subtle shot too. Like, I love this actually. This shot right here, seeing them almost like you're seeing them quietly as they're passing by in the distance, and you're just aware of this going on. It's got that kind of quality to it, and it's a really nice shot for this. We can see them, we can see what's happening, but at the same time, it's nature is more of what's going on here. There is the sense that this is passing through, right? And that when they're done, this is just going back to be nature, and this through cut, whatever it is that they're standing in. It's very, very effective. But then here
Is rough and steep.
just that simple shot of just the heel ever so slowly. And actually, I think in this shot,
Is
You can hear he's actually hitting the heel on the bum, 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 bum. He's sort of double
rough
timing.
and steep.
But this is so nice because it's in time with the drum. And so there's just that sense of the foot move, and that would be the move. If it is a bass drum, not a tom, and I think it is, that would be the movement. Would just be, well, it would be the toe, but just a simple foot movement. And so the fact that we're getting that represented on screen by this shot, really, really nice.
But golden fields arise before me.
Rise before me, D, 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 -7, -6, 5. Lovely motion down there. It gives a really, really beautiful harmony to this that has quite a melancholy quality to it, which suits the song incredibly well, of course. And I love that we have this much lower harmony, not just in terms of being underneath what Riley is singing, but being in a different register to it as well. It gives us this great clarity of the harmony because they're not competing with each other in any way in terms of the frequency range. Just for anyone who's not aware what I'm talking about when I'm saying that, by the way, let's say you have a cello playing a particular note. It will take up a certain frequency. So the most commonly known one, if you happen to know sound at all, is 440 hertz, which is the A4? No, hang on a minute. Which A is it? I don't know my numbers so much on the keyboard, but it's the A in the center of the piano is 440 hertz. The A below that is 220. The A below that one is 110. Each time you go up the octave, you double the frequency. Let's say that you've got a cello playing at around whatever frequency it happens to be, and you also have a vocalist singing in that same frequency. The two will be competing. You know, sure, the cello might be playing an E and you're singing a G sharp, whatever it happens, you know, whatever the combination is, but you're close together, and so you're competing for that space, which would also happen if Riley is harmonizing with Riley, for example. These videos that you get of people singing with themselves, the reason that there's a certain degree of mud to it, if they don't have a wide vocal range, is because your voice is your voice and you're singing in a similar vocal range, and if you don't have the ability to shift it to a different register, something like that, or the way that you arrange the music, if you arrange the music too close together, everything is on top of each other, and so it's all a bit squishy. Because Chance and Riley are singing in two different registers, and so there's, I think...
But golden
Fee, so Adam's singing down here, ba-dum-dum, golden field. Riley's just left that note, so there's a fifth between them at that point in time, but also Adam's timbre is naturally a little bit lower. They're occupying slightly different frequency ranges. Similarly, when I was talking about the two guitars and Adam was singing deeper than the guitars were playing, and so he's clear of those two guitars. They can do their thing up here, he can do his thing down here. Whereas if they're on top of each other, that's when you get that kind of muddy sound. And so this is why you get this beautiful clarity when you've got some separation between the two sounds that are being made at that point. Hopefully that makes some kind of, a bit ham-fisted description, but hopefully that makes some kind of sense.
steep. But golden fields arise before me. Among the stars, the vigil.
Oh, that's so nice. Stars, while you have underneath it. Stars. The two going in opposite directions, but Adam leads the movement down, Riley then tips up at the end. That's lovely.
Among the stars, the vigils keep. I'm going home.
And then we change things up again by bringing in not only a higher voice, but a female one as well. So we have yet another timbre change. And that's what's so lovely about the three of them, is their registers are all completely different. Riley and Mackenzie, we know, blend incredibly well. But Riley blends really well with Adam. Mackenzie blends really well with Adam. The three of them together, as we will find out shortly, blend really well. Like, these three voices just mesh beautifully.
I'm going home to see my mother. She said she'd meet me when I come.
And Mackenzie's singing, she's sort of got this almost halfway between them in terms of how much air is in her voice. There's a slightly more of an airiness than Riley's got, but significantly less than Chance was singing with earlier on. So we've got these lovely changes in quality as well. It's giving us a lot of texture to listen to in terms of the type of sound that we're getting to. Really, really beautiful stuff.
Meet me when I come.
I love that. When I come, like the drop down only to go back up again. The way that they're using the motion in the voices is really, really gorgeous. I'm just going to jump back on that one more time. Oh yeah,
Home to see my
mother. Really, really lovely line. I think I was just saying Riley's notes, didn't I?
Home to see my
Mother. There we go. It's a beautiful motion, that da da da. It's not something we've heard yet, having that kind of melisma on a note. That's when you sing multiple notes for one syllable. Mother. There we go. Yeah, I was singing too low. But it's a really, really nice touch to bring in that kind of embellishment now, because we've got a new voice. We can do something new with this. And so it's, you've earned that right. But it's also just a really, really beautiful evolution of what we've been hearing previously, to have that kind of change in the harmony now. Lovely stuff.
home to see my mother. She said she'd meet me when I come.
Yeah, absolutely. And then she said she need me, meet me rather. Really, really lovely there. The da 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 da, kind of bracketing that central note, going above and below it. Really, really lovely motion. And it's, again, so simple, very constrained. It's not like this sort of, she said she'd meet me. We're not diving around an arpeggio here. We're keeping it very, very constrained still, even in terms of the motion that's happening in the melody and the harmony. And I think it's such a great choice, because all of this is, it's almost like anti-tension. Like, it's so restrained, there is no tension, and yet that release when they suddenly get louder in a few seconds is so big. Really cool.
When I come, so I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home.
And again, we had the over home from Adam. We're over home. There's more motion to what Riley's singing, but it's also being kept within a smaller vocal range. I think that's really, really nice. There's always restraint, even when one thing gives, something else tightens up to kind of keep that sort of consistency throughout the song. Lovely stuff. Yeah, he just doesn't quite... It's almost like he's making the motion to go that low, but he doesn't quite get that low.
I wanna sing and tell my story.
This is such a lovely change. We've kind of got this pad sound coming in the back now as well. And then just on that fourth beat, the hit of the tambourine. And I love that Mackenzie doesn't lead into it. We don't see her hands come up prepping and then hit. She'll do that now. She keeps the hand up once the first hit has happened. But it kind of comes out of nowhere, visually speaking, and I really like that.
And tell my story, a song I hear deep in my soul, in concert with all those before me.
That's so lovely. All those before me, I think was the line.
With all those before me.
Yeah. All those before me. Lovely, lovely stuff. This sort of upper harmony that we're getting now. This is so good.
Deep in my soul.
I also love the fact that the voices are different enough that if you focus, you can hear the change. But at the same time, you could be forgiven for not noticing the switch from Adam to Riley actually singing at this point in time, because they both blend so well with Mackenzie, and because she's sort of the feature at this point. It's a really, really subtle and nice shift at that point to go between the two singers.
In concert with with all those before me. Before I leave this earthly home, I'm going there to see the other.
Wow, that hits hard, doesn't it? What an amazing moment. I love it. We've had this really subtle, quiet, exactly what we're used to.
I'm going there.
And I love that you just get I'm going, and then we leave Mackenzie to it for a second. And you don't know where it's going. Like, there's so many things that could happen at this point. And then we get this beautiful 3-chord broken chord coming down. It's absolutely spot on for having such a powerful effect, because they haven't done this at all. They haven't even really... I mean, other than having different people singing together and not yet having had all three singing simultaneously, which sort of has the inevitability factor of this is probably going to happen. Nothing has set this moment up. It just comes out of nowhere and blindsides you with how effective it is.
I'm going there to see the other.
And that the growth in the pad behind, the little cymbal swell at the last second. This is that's a perfect moment in a song. So good.
I'm going there to see the
And I think it's just a straight extra bar. Oh, hello. Hi. You're not big on saying hello anymore, are you, bud? Yeah, that's them. There's your fans. Say hi. It's funny, he used to be so big on saying hello. He doesn't like the microphone up here, I don't think. Anyway.
I'm going there to see the other.
Yeah, if you're counting it as a 1, 2, 3, 4, then it's an extra bar. I've kind of been counting it in halftime, I think. So it's an extra 2 beats. But it's lovely because the there goes for twice it's 1.5 times the length of what you might expect, and it's a really nice little extra bit to add on there, and it holds. This is where all the tension in the song suddenly comes out. We go from no tension at all to holding this on, and you're just like, what's going to happen? It's brilliant.
See the others that pass before me, one by one. I'm just cool.
Oh, and just the drift away again after. I mean, how long does that even last?
I'm going there to see the others that pass before me, one by one. I'm just cool.
Yeah, that's not even 20 seconds. That's 19.5 seconds of that. And then it just drifts away again like it was never there in the first place. What an absolutely beautiful piece of arrangement. Now I'm actually going to go back and listen to it.
I'm going there to see the others that pass.
We add in now, you've actually got the sh 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 sh. There's actually full-on tambourine being played now on, it's become a regular thing rather than just the hit on that one beat of the bar. You've got much more, it's such a full sound now. Like, this is where the frequency range of the song, now it's filled, they're filling it up rather than having just the little bits that they had before. That's really, really good.
For me, one by one.
And there's a bass in there as well, which I don't think we've had up to this point. Like, it's so lovely that just for this 2 lines of a verse, or 2 lines of a chorus, I guess, they fill it out this much, and then it's gone again.
I'm just going over.
Oh, I tell a lie. There is a bass there. I don't know if it was there previously. I just hadn't been listening to it. But it came out for a second in the middle of that section, which is why I suddenly started hearing it. But it is still there now. Oh, that's nice.
Going over Jordan.
Going over Jordan. Coming from Riley there, just very quietly in the back. You can almost not hear him over the other two. That's really, really lovely. Oh, that's our time. Thank you, buddy.
Going over Jordan.
Oh, going over Jordan. It's really, really beautiful harmonies that the two of them... I mean, their harmony is always on point. All of their videos, I've thought the same thing, but I love what they're doing here.
I'm just going over home. I'm just going over home.
That's lovely. And what a great choice of shot there as well. To see the tambourine stop. Also, I don't know why I just had this thought. I really want Mackenzie's boots. That's such a cool color. That's one of my favorite colors, that kind of maroony red. Random side thoughts.
I'm just going
Here.
over.
You see, as it fades away, you see her drop it. Not to hit it again, but it's clearly being put... You know, I say put down. She's not putting it down, but just letting it fall by her side now rather than continuing to play. That's such a really cool shot because it shows the end of that section of the song very clearly by the removal of the tambourine. That really, really smart bit of editing there.
Just going over home.
What a wonderful way to end that kind of sighing hum. You get the big intake of breath. It's almost like he's almost not hitting. He is hitting the notes, but he's almost not hitting the notes. That's so interesting. It's got a very kind of lethargic feel to it, even though he's being very careful how he does it. It's not lethargic, but it's giving that sense of the weary traveler at the end of the day. That's so good. And then I love that motion at the end where you have Adam playing up the guitar from lowest string to highest string, and Riley doing the opposite, playing an inverted chord going down the guitar. Really, really nice. And then the chord rings out into what I presume may be the beginning of The Sound of Silence. I'm not going to go into that right now. Partly because at the time of recording I don't have time to, but also because I want to put The Sound of Silence on the channel again soon. There's about 19 versions of it that have been recommended to me over time, and I have one in mind I want to look at. So I never want to do any given song too soon to another version of it, because I don't want the version I heard first to bias how I then listen to the next one. Yeah, so I'm not going to go into that right now. I will listen to it at some point. I don't know if it's actually on my list, this specific version, but I'm now going to add it. But yeah, that was truly phenomenal. Really, really good. What a fantastic arrangement. Very different, much more sort of quiet, I guess, is the right word, but lower energy than a lot of the stuff I've been listening to recently, and it's not, I like to change it up now and then, so that was fantastic. But they did such a fantastic job of that. Riley and Mackenzie are such good harmonizers anyway, but adding them onto Chance as well, that was just phenomenal. These three are great together. They really, really are. That was beautiful. I don't know the original to compare it to, but I'm going to go and listen to it now and see what I think. But that is a Traveler's song. That is a Wayfaring Stranger right there. That I think that's absolutely on point for, and that sense of the distance to home and the traveling and all that sort of stuff. The way that they were singing through those lyrics suit the way that this was sung so very well. Really love that. Really love that. Thank you to everybody who recommended this to me. I'm really glad you did, because that was quite stunning. And you said I'd love it, and you were 100% correct. And thank you for watching this with me. I hope that you enjoyed that. As always, this is becoming a shtick for me now, isn't it? I forgot to say before the video, check the description down below, and you will see the original. Please go and support the original video and the artists. I'll have a link to both channels. That was quite phenomenal. Whether this was your first time seeing it, or maybe you've seen this a bunch of times and I brought something to you that you hadn't heard before, or you understand now why you like a particular bit. If I've managed that, that's really what I'm trying to do with these videos. So, hello. Yes, I'm coming. It's time for him to have some food, so I'm going to go and feed him. But before I do, I will say please do hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. Lost the ability to say that phrase. And if you care to support the channel and keep Timmy in plenty of kibble, you can head over to buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts and leave a donation of any amount, or contribute to my wishlist item over there, which is continuing my Premiere Pro subscription, which is, I have to upkeep that, and it's a little bit to keep it going for the channel. Or you can head to patreon.com/DavidKReacts, where you can sign up for $2 or $4 Canadian. And right now it's just ongoing support for the channel, but hopefully fairly shortly at the time of release of this video, if it's coming out later in August. It may be coming out in the middle, depending on how many I manage to record. But something more will be happening with that. But the Patreon does give you access to my Discord. So if you do choose to become a patron, you will get that benefit. And there's some very cool people over there already. Or you can leave a super thanks here on YouTube if you would like to. Any of those very gratefully appreciated. Of course, no pressure. And that's about it. That's it for this video. I will be back in due course. Depending on when this comes out. If this comes out in the middle of August, then I'll be back next week. If this comes out... Actually, I'll probably be back next week either way. It's just either this is coming out in the middle if I've recorded more, or if this is my last recording before I leave for Edinburgh, then this is going to be the end of August, and we'll be into September for the next one. But thank you very much indeed for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is that you're watching this. Let's go for 3:33. Let's go for all the threes. 3:33 p.m. See if somebody's watching then. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.